Hey guys, welcome back to the Taste of Sport channel. Now, if there is a video I wanted to do less than this one, I haven't fucking seen it yet. So, today we're going to be talking about the New York Football Giants. If you could even call them that anymore, I think that nickname needs to be murdered and burned in a hole. Now, if you're keeping up with the NFL at all and you have somewhat of an interest in the Giants for some reason, you know that the Giants, after this weekend, fell to 0-5, which is a disastrous start by any sense of the word. So, we're going to go through the first 5 games, not in too much detail, and then we're going to go through the remainder of their fixtures and see what kind of record I can see them ending with, and my opinion on the season so far, I guess, which, as I'm sure you can tell, is a great one. So, starting with game 1, we played the Steelers, and I never had really very high hopes for this game. I'm actually a big fan of the Steelers team this year. It looks pretty good. And I always suspected that their defense was going to have the best of our offense. I didn't expect it to be quite the way it was, but yeah, we ended up losing that game 26-16 in the end. The Steelers defense was just too much for us, and we didn't have anything really on offense, which we just haven't had at all in the season so far. But I'll go through the games and then I'll start talking about the offense, or the lack thereof. So then we played Chicago in the second game. I think at halftime we were down 17-0, which is fucking dreadful against a team like Chicago. I mean, I have nothing really against them, but they're just not a great team, are they? And if we are going to have any kind of a good season or any kind of a respectable season whatsoever, we shouldn't be 17-0 down against the Chicago fucking Bears. But yeah, 17-0 at halftime. In the second half, the Bears didn't score at all. We managed to get it back to 17-13, but that's how it ended. Dead, really, isn't it? Ah, the Chicago Bears. Jesus Christ, honestly. That was the one where I thought, right, now we get going after this, but no. Then we maybe thought, oh, we can build on a somewhat of a decent foothold into the season with the second half we had against the Bears. Technically, we won the second half 13-0, so that's alright. That's not bad. But then we played the San Francisco 49ers, who I think in week 2 got battered by injuries. So we were like, alright, if we're going to make any kind of any moves at all, we could put up a respectable game here at least. Maybe even think about winning it. Because, as I said, they were battered by injuries in week 2. They didn't even have Jimmy G. Nick Mullins was their quarterback, for fuck's sake. But we then got battered by them. 36-9 final score. 9 points we put up. 9 points on a battered 49ers team. Now I know the 49ers were just in a Super Bowl. And even though they have taken a couple of injuries, that's still a Super Bowl team with only a few missing pieces. But 9 points we put up. And we conceded 36 to Nick Mullins. No, stop, it's ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Then in week 4 we played the Rams, and as one might expect, we put up 9 points again. I just realised that's a nice number that we like to score, apparently. Lowest scoring offense in football. I think we averaged 36 coming into this past weekend, or 36. I think we averaged 13 points a game coming into this last weekend gone. So we put up 9 points again and got on the Rams. Didn't really show anything. I mean, I expected the Rams to hit us harder than they did on the scoreboard and hit just Daniel Jones harder than they did. Ended up finishing 17-9. But not much else to say other than it was just another L on the board for the Giants. Then this last week was the most painful one of all against the Dallas Cowboys. No more pain felt, of course, by anyone other than Dak Prescott, who had his leg snapped. Don't know if you saw the video or not. If you didn't, then you probably shouldn't look it up. But if you did, try and scratch that one out of your brain, because oh my god, it was one of those ones that you can't stop watching it, or you toss your phone across the room as soon as you see it. But yeah, Dak Prescott, he's had a successful surgery since, and I wish him a speedy recovery. I don't like to see that for anyone. And he was having, I don't know, was he having MVP caliber? I don't know if you can call it that when your team's losing all the time, but he was having a great season, so it's sad to see him go down to such a bad injury. But yeah, we put up plenty of points on the Dallas Cowboys. We had 34, and we had the game in our hands at the end to win, and we fucking threw it away. We had a drive to secure the win. Daniel Jones went absolutely nowhere, as per. I mean, he'd been moving the offense all game, as is evident by our 34 points in this game. But then when it came down to it, we just decided to be like, oh look, now we're back to our normal shitty selves again. We can't move the offense. I don't even know if we got a first down. We might have gotten one. I feel like I remember reading that we got 15 yards on that drive in total. I might be wrong. So we probably did get a first down. But anyway, yeah. The offense stalled as it always does. And then the defense just gave up big play after big play against Andy Dalton and Zeke Elliott. I mean, Zeke Elliott fair, but Andy Dalton, come on. And there was a lot of throws that we gave up the yardage to as well. So Jesus Christ. So yeah. Nothing but anger oozed out of me after that. So if you're following me on Twitter, you would have seen the tweets that I spat out after that game. It was not great. If you're not, by the way, and you're interested, there's a link down below to my Twitter and the Taste of Sport Twitter and JD's Twitter, who's the guy that I run this channel with. So follow all of them if you're interested. At this point of the season, we're 0-5. The offense, I think, actually looks the worst I have seen it in years. I even said again on Twitter in a reply to somebody on the day that I never thought I would miss Eli Manning after the way his career ended. Now, no disrespect to Eli Manning. I know what he's done for the team and everything, but he just needed to go by the end, didn't he? And I never thought I would be saying that I wish he didn't go yet. Because Daniel Jones... Oh, I've been wanting to back him so hard. I've wanted him to succeed, and I don't want to throw him under the bus, and I don't want to be disrespectful because I know it's a lot towards the offensive line as well. But he's having a mare this season, isn't he? He's having a mare. He's a turnover machine. He has more turnovers than anything else. Like, he coughs the ball up anytime. And I know there was one this weekend where I think, was it Andrew Thomas blew his coverage? Not blew his coverage, but like Andrew Thomas got dominated, and then Daniel Jones got hit on the blind side and coughed the ball up. And I know that you can say he was hit on his blind side, so he didn't even see it coming. But like, just anytime Daniel Jones gets sacked or hit in any way, you just think, well, that's the ball gone. That's a turnover. That's not something you want to think with your quarterback, and it's his second year now, so it shouldn't be this bad. But I don't know, his ball security is fucking 0. I want to see his ball security rating on Madden. I should look it up. It should be 0, honestly. But anyway, yeah. The offensive line is fucking terrible as well, as evident by Saquon Barkley. God rest his soul that he's in the fucking Giants. He's injured now, so at least he gets to sit at home. I know he doesn't want to, and that's a horrible thing to say, but Jesus Christ, he's safer there. The offensive line is just awful. The fact that we have someone as good as Saquon Barkley and we can't get him yards, we can't allow him to move forward at all, is just shite. The defense has improved a bit. We're like a mid-tier defense now, which is alright. It did fall apart, as I said, against Dallas at the end, but I don't know. We gave up 37 points at the end of the day, so I guess it's just wasn't enough. But again, the Dallas Cowboys are one of the best offenses in the NFL, so our defense is alright. Our offense is fucking non-existent. I mean, Darius Slayton I think he's the only bright spark on his team at the moment. Obviously there's good spots on the defense as well. James Bradbury has been very good. Darius Slayton, I think, is all we have on offense, to be honest. Devontae Freeman looked alright against Dallas, but that's again, Dallas are one of the worst defenses in the league, so I think they might actually be the worst defense in the league, statistically anyway. I would love to have seen Saquon Barkley against him. If we had Saquon Barkley against the Dallas Cowboys, we could have potentially won that game. But that doesn't really matter, does it? Now, my worry going forward is 4 of our next 5 games are winnable games, even as we are at the moment, which is... It should be a good thing, because that means, oh my god, we can get 4 wins. But then you have to try and think of, what does that do to our draft pick? It puts us further down in the draft picks, and then we kind of stay in the same... We're sticking with this team then if we don't have good draft picks. So I don't know if we're at a stage where we tank yet, but like, look at the Falcons. They just cleared out the office because they're 0-5. That's a team that's thinking, this isn't fucking good enough, we need a fresh start. Why are the Giants not thinking 0-5's not good enough? Fuck everyone out of the office right now. Now, maybe not the coach, because Joe Judge is only just in and the whole his staff, but like, why is Dave Gettleman not being like, his seat is surely lava hot by now. But anyway, we'll move on from that. So our next 2 games, we have next week against Washington, which when I think about it, their defense isn't bad. They might batter Daniel Jones. And their offense has Alex Smith back, so that could be like a rejuvenated offense, because that's a feel good story. I'll give him his win right now. I swear to God. Maybe it's not winnable. The more that I think about it, the more depressing it becomes. But anyway, Washington should be winnable, but maybe not. Philly are also. I mean, anyone in our division is a winnable game, really, isn't it? We nearly beat Dallas, and they should be by far the best team in the division. So I don't know. The NFC East is an absolute dumpster fire if ever you've seen one. But then we play Washington next week. We play Philly the week after. I mean, Philly is just, and it's another team that's just a bit awful, really, isn't it? So I mean, these are 2 weeks in a row that I just. What time are they on? Are they both 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock me time. Washington's 6 o'clock. Philly is a Thursday night football game. Oh Jesus, get to see the result of that one early. Right, so that's up to week 7. Then we have week 8 against Tampa Bay, which Jesus Christ, that's going to be awful. If they have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin available, which they haven't been together for much of the season, then Jesus. Their defense is stingy, which, I mean, all you have to do is have a half decent defense against us. And their offense is scary. So, I mean, their offense, their team, I've been saying for the first few weeks, is overrated. It's been overhyped. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. But against us, it's a godly team. So then we play Washington again, which again winnable, and then we play Philly again, which is again winnable, just because it's fucking NFC East teams. So you never know what could happen. So we could win 4 games, or we could lose all 5. But we could probably get a win or 2 there at least, right? We probably beat Washington once, and we probably beat Philly once. But if we don't, we could be 0-10 there. 0-10. And by that stage, we're going to get a fucking top pick. So, and then we play Cincy. Well, I don't know about them. Maybe by then they'll be even better than they are now. I mean, I love Joe Burrow at the moment and Joe Mixon. Those two together are... I'm loving that team right now. Joe Burrow, every time I see him, I want him to succeed. So, I don't know. I can see us winning that, but it's not a guarantee, really. It's never a guarantee with the Giants. And then after that, I don't see us winning a game. We have Seattle in week 13, Arizona in week 14, Cleveland 15, Baltimore 16, and Dallas on the final day. We're not going to win any of them. Dallas, again, maybe just because it's an NFC East team, and we did nearly just beat them, but we didn't. So, I don't see us beating them. And they'll probably need... I don't know, will they need to win? I mean, in the NFC East, do you ever need a win? You can just kind of coast along and be alright, and you're good enough. So yeah, I can easily see us going 0-16, and it's not even a joke at this stage. We probably, as I said, pick up 1 or 2 wins against Washington and Philly, which just seems to be how it goes every year now. With those are the 2 teams we just happen to be able to maybe scrape past. But yeah, my camera's dying now, so I'm going to have to end the video. I could probably go on forever talking about the Giants. Let me know if you have any hope for the Giants, if you are a Giants fan, or just have an opinion on them in general. It's probably just that they're a dumpster at the moment. Let me know what team you follow and your hopes for them this season. And let me know in the comments as well. I know there's a lot of things to let me know, but you know what, why not? Let me know if you want to see another Giants video. As I said, I could go on about them for ages, or just maybe another team in the NFL video. And like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and stick around for more. We have NBA stuff out on this channel regularly, NFL stuff, and we have more plans for some Premier League videos as well. So subscribe if you want to see any of that, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. See ya.